Okay, so we're focusing on reflections and rotations today. So, what's happened to this here? Reflected across the x. So you multiply something by something. Any guesses?
You multiply y by
Multiply y by a negative. You need to put it into matrix term. Do you remember a change? What's it called? We use a dash.
Transformation. I had to plus it by
TP. We're going to use a TP. So 1, 0 times 3, 3. 1 times 3 is
3
plus 0. 0 times 3 is, and that times that.
take 3.
Matrix multiplication coming back to you.
Yes.
So row by column, row by column. All right, you got the x-axis. What about the y?
Well, we times it by, this time it will be negative 1, 0.
0. 0 plus negative 2. Matrix. Create matrix. Okay. Do you remember how to make something equal to something?
Yeah,
Yep. So I've got a 1. We want a negative 1. 0, 0, 1. And we want. There's also a shortcut. If you don't know, it's here. This little button. So P times T. Oh, okay, that didn't work. Oh, that one there. Whoops, I clicked the wrong one. So make sure you don't do that. Yep, so now it should work. Yay! You guys all tried it? Okay, so now that everyone's back, in this 4 reflections, we actually have a special thing for t, okay? So instead of t, we actually call it mx. So mx is 1, 0, 0, negative 1. Any guesses what my is?
negative 1, 0, 0.
Okay, so we have, we multiply the original by mx. So this one you should have got 2, 3. Did that happen? Did you get that?
Yes.
And comment on the answer, what happened? It reflected across the y-axis. Okay? So you might get like 1.5 marks for that. So we're reflecting along this line here. So it's, what's the point? 3, 1. So it's going to reflect across that line. So like the image at the start of the tree, has to be the same distance to that line. Determine the coordinates of the image of the point after reflection in the line. So it's reflecting in the line. Is the new matrix multiplied by the point (0 plus -1, -3. So it's moved from 3, 1 to -1, -3. Okay? So the question might also say, you know, draw this or something, or sketch it. Pretty easy?
So that's just rotating, really.
We haven't got to rotations yet.
How do you know that like line, that end line, right? Because it doesn't feel like terms are not associated with that.
How do we know this? This is the equation sheet. So if the rotation is 0, cos 0 is negative sine 0, sine 0. So it doesn't rotate. We want to rotate it 90 degrees. That becomes
What does it say?
yep, and so we're finding the new x and y,
And then you square it.
and we're going to substitute. Do you remember the last lesson? We substitute. Sorry, I substituted this in where y was.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to do that again. X. So x dash equals what? And y dash equals negative x. So we sub those in. So the y equals x squared. Y is now negative x dash. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I've just brought this over here. And the x is negative y dash.
Can't it just be y dash squared? Oh,
It's flow. Why not flow?
That just looks silly. Why did they invent this? It looks so stupid.
Just make it like square root.
Yeah, let's just do y dash equals the square root of negative x.
Now we need to find numbers.
Negative. Square root of x.
No, you don't.
X dash pi.
Because x could be negative numbers. Oh, x dash could be negative numbers. So we can't plot it. So does anyone know what this looks like? If this is the normal equation, looks like that.
Why did you go from minus y?
I think it should be plus or minus.
It was a negative square.
yeah, it
Yeah,
doesn't
because
matter.
it's left it's square.
Yeah, it should be plus minus.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's negative or something.
Plus or minus. And then we'll get the full graph. Okay, so this is y dash equals square root negative x dash. There you go. So from the positive x-axis, anti-clockwise. Yep. So what is this side called? And it is also y. What would be this side? So we have what is that relationship? Tan theta equals, so we have a line, the equation for the line is,
Y equals tan x tan.
you got it?
Oh, wow.
Okay, so if we were to reflect a point, the point would go to theta. Does that make sense? 2 theta from there. That's why in the equation it has 2 theta. If we reflect, if you ever see a question and it says determine the image with a line, so reflection in the line y equals something times x, that something is equal to tan theta. So in this, what is the thing that's equal to tan theta? Root 3. Okay? That is the first step, and you have to figure that out yourself. It's the number times x. Okay? So we've got the tan theta. Using special triangles, what's pi over 3? Okay, you got it so far? You then use the matrix that I just showed you. Let's see if I can remember it again. I think it's cos, sine, sine, negative cos, 2 theta. Okay, so for y equals square root 3, you have a go, try and figure out the exact values in the matrix.
Let's translate.
So I'm just hoping you got that. Everyone with me? Special triangle. We're going to have an x dash equation and a y dash equation, right? One of them is x. We then substitute that into the original equation. And then we rearrange for y dash. So I'll attempt it while we wait for the bell. And your job is to attempt question 11 for homework.
On the same chapter.
Yep.
Accelerate.
Yeah, that's right. And now I want x. So I've got y dash minus half y 2 over square root 3.